Hello there. Once again, this is Alok, and today I'm going to explain you all different software engineering diagrams which we use or which we need to be create during software development processes or software product design processes or maintenance processes. So let's first start with the application architecture. It actually specify and define about how the entire system or application system is interacting with different components or services utilized to make this entire system keep up running and useful. For example, if web applications deploy on Azure App Services and how different component of this web applications is actually interacting with other component like backend, like a database backend, monitoring, authentication services, and many more. So application architecture, it's all about define the different components utilize or interacting with each other to make system running or make this entire system happening and solve the purpose of this thing. This is primarily responsive of this application architecture diagram is responsible person is like an architect, tech lead, senior project developer or consultant or engineer or the tech lead. Now let's move to the solution architecture. Solution architecture will actually specify about how you specific business solutions, how it should be look like. So let's suppose you have any pit shop web application and you ask your solution architect to design your entire system or entire business to how should like it. So it is actually the functional component that how it's interact to each other and define this entire as a solution. So in this case, you can see in the left side of my slide that pit shops actually consist of different module, which are vehicle management, customer management, workshops, and many more. And these different components or the modules, how they are interacting and make this as a system or solution system for this pit shop application. Primarily responsible to create this solution architecture by the architect, tech lead, team lead, or senior software engineer or developer. Now, the next one is called the flowchart, which is very popular, and this is actually basic one in the software development, or I would say the programming concept or programming process, where the developer or the late tech lead or designer or the business analyst, they design the different logical things, how the process should start and how it should be in. That comprises input output component and what should be the validation kind of thing. So it's like a very popular component for this flowchart are like a start and end processes, decision making, and the arrows. Arrow basically is the connecting the lines that is connect from the one elements to another elements, which is very important. That is called primarily responsible to create the flowchart in the software development process by to the either the business analyst, architect, tech lead, software designer, or developer. It is actually aim to define initially once you receive the functional requirement or the business requirement from the customer or the some user, then you map or converted this written languages, written requirement to the different logical things. And these logical things actually in elements are actually mapped to the programming construct or programming languages or the different modules and stacks. So there the developers or software engineers, they write different codes to map these logical elements into the coding format. Now the next one is called the process flow or workflow diagram. This actually show how different roles and the different processes or the steps actually involved in your software product or your digital product and how they are interacting with each other in different stages of the any transactions or different stages of any processes. It actually utilize how your particular processes or different use case of same business model interacting to each other and complete the task. Primarily responsible for this diagram is the person is like a business analyst, tech lead, team lead, and the project lead, who actually primarily responsible to understand the requirement and map into the such a diagram that how different roles and different steps or transactions or different types of steps involved to complete particular processes. The next one is information architectures. Information architecture is all about the how your different software product or digital product actually their content different contents are organized by which it's tell the users or the application or digital product user about how you're going to navigate to see different outputs and to see different components. It's actually all about placements, navigations, and menus and different options. Okay, so it's very important and crucial that tell about each of the screens or your web pages or the mobile screen that how it should come with the following the different steps. So here you can see the landing or the route is the home, and from the home you will see the different options to go to the locations and the search. Let's suppose if what a user want to go to add to the product, then what should be the navigation path of that user to come to the add product screen or the page. So it's all about like this thing. It's all about navigating different component, navigating user to reach a certain or particular location of the your software product. Right? Primarily responsible person for this diagram is like UX designer and the business analyst or the information architect. Next, but the not least, the last one is this is the last one is entity relationship diagram. This actually tell about how the database or how your database actually break down in different entities, and these different entities, what information they're storing and how they are related to each other, what component information actually storing, what is mapping to store different component data in different entities. So it is primarily responsible for this diagram. A person is like a database architect, database designer, a backend developer, or support and a business analyst. So that's it for all about a different software engineering diagram we actually use and leverage to create a software product in the entire system.